If you only hunt your land, you will never know what it is truly capable of. Deer season starts when everybody else leaves their property and you don't. Today, we're exposing the #1 off-season mistake that's holding back your property and how to fix it. The mistake that the average hunter makes is that they completely abandon the property mid-spring to late summer. Everybody goes home and doesn't think about it again till hunting season gets closer. We fail to realize that the green fields that we planted for hunting season, they're toast. What's left in the warmer seasons are really just weeds. This time of year, it is so tempting to leave our property unmonitored, unproductive, during this prime antler growing season. The lack of nutrition during this time of year for your bucks is going to be a direct correlation to their poor health or their lack of performance. If everything I have said kind of describes you and your behavior, there's some things that you can change. #1, minerals, minerals, minerals. If you don't have minerals on your property, get them there. It is such an easy way to implement nutrition and value to your property. You literally can go to the store and buy a bag of it, a bucket of it, pour it on the ground, mix it in the soil, and it's there. It's one of the best return on investments from a value standpoint that's out there because mineral sites are lasting. You don't have to address them week in and week out like feeding. It is an amazing investment and it really can change the trajectory of your property. #2, fat, fat, fat. Right now, during the May and June months, fat is so important because it is a super high source of digestible energy. And during antler growth and fawn development, energy is so important and there's so little of it naturally in the wild. In areas where supplemental feeding is allowed, and you're not feeding, start feeding. Make sure you have a high fat content product that has soybeans and peanuts in it. It's easy, and I promise you'll see a difference. Thirdly, remember, those green fields that you planted during hunting season do not apply to spring and summer. What are you doing right now on your farm to provide that greenery, that forage, that protein in plants during the May and June months? There are a lot of great spring and summer mixes that you can plant. It is an amazing way to implement resources on your property that are not naturally there. So those 3 concepts, spring and summer food plots, high fat nutritional program, and minerals, 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 those are an easy, quick solution. But there are a couple things that you can do for a long-term solution. One of them is planting trees. And the great thing about planting trees is it's not only a long, lasting investment of your property, there are a lot of great tax opportunities out there. Look into programs that actually will pay you to plant trees on your property. The other one is go in during this time of the year and increase your bedding and cover area. You can do that by planting certain types of grasses. You can also do that by going in and cutting certain types of trees that 1, aren't productive, and 2, can be left there and used as cover for your deer. Those 2 concepts can really improve what you see this fall, but also what you will see 4 and 5 years from now. You also have to realize that fawns in certain areas of the country are starting to drop. They need mom to be ready to take care of them in their early days. Another really cool element is epigenetics. It's super important to understand that in an environment, an animal will suppress its potential knowing that the resources aren't there. And I think really where you'll see the effect of epigenetics is in 4 or 5 years from now. If this is a family property that you've had or plan on having, that's super important because the first couple of weeks of a fawn's life is actually pivotal to what it's going to do as it grows through the first year, second year, third year of its life. Mississippi State University did an amazing research project on that. Go check that out. You really can start doing things on your farm that not only will change things immediately, but ultimately change things 5 years from now. Fawn survival and buck development happen when no one's looking. And what do I mean by that? It happens in May and June. Those are so key months that so often we're not paying attention to our property, we're not visiting our property, we haven't been there in 6 weeks. Another reason to fully dive into and understand why this is so important during this time of year is because of the lack of naturally available resources. As oak trees or hardwoods are harvested, they're never replanted. Pines are because of the commercial lumber industry. So a natural resource that was once very prevalent continues to decrease. Another thing to think about is farmers are retiring and they're not passing down farming to their children or their grandchildren. And that's another big element that we don't think about, because though those row crops are not for hunting, the reality is historically, deer have benefited from them drastically. Habitat quality is shrinking in many, many regions, and you can do your part to overcompensate for that. Whether you see it or not, it's happening. So what are you gonna do in these months to overcompensate as generationally those natural occurring resources continue to deplete? Start feeding, start scouting, start better understanding what's going on your farm in the summer. And when fall rolls around and you've put that work in, you won't be wondering what happened. Deer season starts when everybody else leaves their property and you don't. You can't work hard enough in August to make up for what you skipped in May. So get started now to make a difference. If you enjoyed this video, why don't you go check out some of the other ones we made? Here are a couple.